quick tutorial on how I made something like this for the one person who asked. This tutorial might be a little messy, since I'm not very confident in my explaining skills. Plus, I'm not even sure how I did it. First, a quick null tutorial. Add your images. Then go to Object and add null. Size it up to fit the screen. Now parent the other layers to null. You can move every layer that was parented now. Pick Move and Translate and go to the Z-axis. You can move the object forward or backward depending on the size you want. Now the layers move with a little more perspective than before. This is a little preview skill because you need to know this to add better effects and perspective to the video. This is something that will be used later on. Now for the 3D perspective part, you want to add your image. You want textures of an image so that in 3D, it would repeat on the other sides without looking bad. Add the cube effect in Effects. You move the cube in rotation to the perspectives you want later on. You add details to the shape using other textures if you want to. Make the shape you added the same as the previous one. Make adjustments if needed. Now sometimes the shape will look weird. If you look at the shape, it layers wrong, but that gets fixed later. If you want to fix the overlay problem, you duplicate the layer that it's overlaid over wrong. You go to Blending and Opacity and exclude it. Then you move it over the previous one. It might still look wrong, so go over to Move and Transform. When the perspective changes, if and it still looks bad, you move it down or away in the direction. Make little tweaks and decide what you want to do. There's different ways to do the background, but let's start out with how I did the floor. I imported a photo for this one and used the flip effect to move it along. The movements of the building.
I just don't wanna miss you. Like that was true. I found myself trying to call you.
If you want the floor to blend in a bit, you can add a shape, blur it in Effects, and mask it to the floor.
Deep in my heart, I just don't wanna miss you.
As for lighting, you can honestly do whatever. There are so many good lighting tutorials, and I just added blended shaped clip to a few objects and overlays. From Blending and Opacity, you move the lighting around with the building though. Now for objects and characters added. You add anything you want. There's a lot of tutorials for character movement, so I don't think that's something I would need to do, especially since I'm not sure what styles I want to twin my characters yet. But you also use Flip Layer for extra images you would have. You move the flip layer till it goes along with the perspectives. You may need to move and transform it around to look right. Once that is finished, if it overlays wrong on the building, you can do the same thing we did before and copy the building over. Exclude it and move it down for different perspectives.
That was true.
If you want, you can even add extra lighting for the bush. For the second part of the background, I get a sky image and go to Effects, where I click 360 Viewer. Again, you move this along with the sky. When you finish, you should get the start of a convincing 3D-looking BG. Finally, at the end, you can use the null tutorial for a little more perspective. You add a null group and attach the pieces as needed. It doesn't have to always be connected to the null group, but overall everything should move with null. It should end up like this. Now you can move the parts and perspective as needed. If you want to, you can add the camera from objects next to null. Null also applies with camera, so the perspective is also there. Then you can move the camera to for effect. Click this if you want to see the camera movements while editing. At the end, you would get something like this. You can add effects, but here are the results. Thanks for watching my bad tutorial. I'm still working of projects and figuring out how I want to edit for this account. So thanks for listening. Bye.